Sylvester Stallone has now achieved a holy trinity of movies that he would rather have lived without thanks to his new movie Alarum. The new action thriller from Michael Polish is anything but a polished affair, and has become Stallone's third movie to land a dreaded Rotten Tomatoes score of 0%. The result is one that could be viewed as an unfortunate fluke if only a few reviews had been submitted, but based on the views of 16 different critics, the result is pretty damning for the Rocky icon's latest offering. Of course, critics only tell one side of the story for any movie, and Alarum could obviously be saved by a positive response from audiences. While a film has not garnered enough reviews from the public to generate a score at the time of writing, a quick look at the opinions shared so far make it clear that this is not a movie that is going to be saved by anything other than divine intervention, or possibly an executive order from President Trump. Stallone has a certain knack of making really good movies or really bad ones, and unfortunately, Alarum is one of the worst of his career. One of the better reviews, from NYC Movie Guru's AV Offer reads, an anemic, monotonous, and forgettable B-movie that fails to deliver enough thrills and suspense to rise above mediocrity. Yes, one of the better ones. For Peter Subshinsky of RogerTebert.com, the film manages to make Stallone's appearance in The Expendables 4 seem focused and committed by comparison. For those who don't know, that movie scored a weak 14% score. Is Sylvester Stallone's Alarum really that bad? For those interested, the synopsis of Alarum reads: Sylvester Stallone, Scott Eastwood, Mike Colter, and Willa Fitzgerald star in this explosive action thriller about two married spies caught in the crosshairs of an international intelligence network that will stop at nothing to obtain a critical asset. Joe, Scott Eastwood, and Lara, Willa Fitzgerald, are agents living off the grid whose quiet retreat at a winter resort is blown to shreds when members of the old guard suspect the two may have joined an elite team of rogue spies, known as ALARUM. If the whole thing sounds like something you have seen before, that is exactly what audience reviews have said of the movie. Going even further than critics, the public opinion on Alarum is that the film is worth nothing more than 1 star out of 5, and that seems to be generous. Rotten Tomatoes user Bianca M. backed up her half-star review by commenting, I have never seen such a badly edited film, poor cinematography, lackluster acting, and an horrendous soundtrack. This is as edgy as popcorn without the flavor. I watched this for Scott Eastwood expecting something entertaining and instead found myself questioning why I bothered. A similarly scathing review hammers several nails into the coffin, stating, this is not just typical action movie, predictable and meaningless. We all know what these movies are like. A group of good guy soldiers have some mission where they have to fight off endless henchmen for 90 minutes and save the world. A B-level action movie would have looked like Shakespeare compared to this. It was horrible. Before Sylvester Stallone became an action superstar, he was an interesting filmmaker. Hopefully Stallone's upcoming appearance alongside his Expendables co-star Jason Statham in the highly anticipated David Ayer-directed A Working Man can manage to avoid this kind of disappointing show when it arrives in March. Based on his recent output, though, there is a big question mark hanging over whether it is time for Stallone to hang up his guns and take more of a backseat role in the industry. Alarum, directed by Michael Polish, follows two rogue spies who have gone off-grid and married, triggering a global pursuit by international spy organizations. Set in a winter honeymoon cabin, they become targets as they are suspected of possessing a vital hard drive linked to the network known as Alarum.